here.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for a beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood.
Bring it all together.
You, so let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, we might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor?
Oh, boy, does he lie.
Won't you please? Won't you please?
It's a phony deal.
Please, won't you be my neighbor?
Did anybody tell you that this is a private club of the Satan's helpers?
Nobody hit me to that, dude.
It's off limits!
Oh, well, my mistake.
A little bit of trouble. I sense it.
I'll be on my way then.
You know, the system, folks, is rigged. It's a rigged system. Now, you have to understand, I'm not complaining about the states that I won. Those are okay.
Well, there you go.
That's how it'll be.
That's the future.
Dude, if it's that tame, I'll be amazed. I can't imagine it being that tame, really, honestly.
I like how Ted tried to bring the crowd together, and the unity of the party was, he wants everyone to be his neighbor. And he's got that way about him to he's a leader of men and women to make people want to go through a wall for him. Don't you feel that in his charisma?
No.
No, me either.
Not at all. He's like Grandpa Munster, dude. That's the meme I see all the time, I think.
I don't know. Grandpa Munster had a lot of charisma. I'd follow him anywhere. He can do anything. Anything is possible with Grandpa.
All right, let's take a call from Jimmy in Manchester. Jimmy, welcome to the show. Sir, thank you for waiting, sir. You were very patient.
Oh, no problem.
Jimmy, were you
I actually enjoyed listening to Bill. I know Bill, he's been around for a while, good delegate, good person. And I understand that he didn't see what I saw there.
Hey, Jimmy, first, were you inspired by Ted Cruz's attempt to unify the Republican Party? Yeah.
Inspired, I don't think is the right word. But, I mean, I got what he's doing. I mean, that's okay. That's what he should do. You
don't want to be his neighbor?
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. I don't know about inspiration, but what gets me about the whole thing is that the integrity of the system is what broke down. That's what I didn't like about the entire thing, is that there was no integrity. They took the integrity out of the system, and that just sticks in my craw. And I understand how Bill didn't see that, because there's so much confusion on the floor. It's hard to tell. I made a mistake. I thought that Dave Agnew was helping, and he wasn't. And I didn't understand that till later. But it's very confusing what's going on, so you can't always see everything. And these people want to talk about the rules and the parliamentary procedure and all this and that all the time, but they never obey it when it comes time to challenge them. That's the part that gets me, and I don't know. But anyway, what we're doing is we're organizing, because you have got to get on the inside of these district caucuses. You've got to sit on the committees. You've got to take over a chairmanship or two. And that's what we're doing right now, because we're having another convention in August where we'll reelect all new people. And we have got to get the right people in there, and we've got to be organized to do it. That's the only way.
Yeah, and so what do you do, Jimmy? Do you get each of the county caucuses or county RNCs together and try and take them over, or what? How do you do that?
Well, that's what you do. You organize. You have your slate of candidates ready that you're going to nominate, because you got to be Johnny on the spot to nominate these people.
Yeah,
and you got to be paying attention when they're having their meeting. Because they open and close the nominations very quickly. And so you've got to be ready to go. And the only way you can do that is through organization. And I would say that that each district should get together with like-minded people, whether it's in the Tea Party, the Campaign for Liberty, whatever, and figure out what you're going to do, and then do it. You got to be right there with your nomination. You got to be right there with your second, so that you can get on the ballot for at least an up or down vote.
All right, and so let me ask you, when you do your votes in an election, you'll always see delegates at the bottom of your ballot sheets. More people should be involved in running for those delegates, right? Because it always seems like sometimes there's no choice at all. There's one guy, and you have no choice but to pick him or leave it blank. So do we need more people to step up and become delegates?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
There are open spots in Freedom Township, Sylvan Township, Sharon Township. Bridgewater Township has some openings, and all you have to do is fill out your paperwork before May 3rd. You're on the ballot, and you win. And it's two meetings a year. It's not a big deal. The other thing is it's nice to have to caucus with these people, like in your district. That's what we do here. I'm pretty much the precinct captain here in Manchester, but I do meet with all of my people and the community leaders, and so we're all on the same page. I mean, I take it very seriously. A lot of the delegates don't do what I do. But,
right. Well, you are. I will say that. You have... You're one of those guys who's jumped in, and instead of becoming a third-party rabble-rouser, you and some of your friends at the Washtenaw County GOP have really stepped up and tried to make a difference. So my hat's off, man. You've always been a hard worker, and I appreciate the service that you do there, Jimmy.
Hey, Jimmy, I got a quick question for you. And this is going to probably be a really stupid question, but does the state constitution play any part or a big part in how the Republican and Democrat and any other party, how they have to operate in this state, as far as the rules?
No, not really. I mean, as far as I would actually like to see the parties taken out of the process of the vote. That way, we could get third and fourth and fifth parties in to the whole thing. The problem is that we're part of the process, and there's really no. Other than what Ruth Johnson does as far as elections go and things like that, are the only mechanism for complaining about it.
Yeah,
and that's the problem. And I talked to Ruth up there, and and she knows what's going on. There's a lot of vote fraud all over the whole state, but she's only one person. She can only do so much. I mean, you can't prove it all. You put one fire out, there's three over here. It's
well. So let's. I've got phone lines jacking up real quick here, but let me close out and say this then, Jimmy. What you're saying is people should volunteer and put your name on the ballot as a delegate. Mm-hmm. Try to become a delegate. Poll watchers is also probably a pretty important position to help Ruth Johnson make sure that there is
challengers.
And poll challengers
is
okay.
a big one. And we have training for that. We actually have training. We will teach you how to do that.
Yeah.
We have classes on how to get it done. And anybody, you don't have to be a delegate to be a poll watcher or a poll challenger.
Okay. Well, do this for me, Jimmy. Put together, we've talked before about having a story or something, but put something together for me between now and Election Day, and the sooner the better. We can maybe get some people who will step up to the plate and do these things. Would you please?
Okay.
Do you get to wear a beret at the polls?
I actually have a journalistic article that you will be getting within the next week or so. It's being edited right now by my cousin who's a professional journalist, so he's going to tweak it a little bit and make it nice. So
okay. All right. Well, good. Thanks, Jimmy. Right. I appreciate it. You take care.
All right. Have a good day.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right. So let's take care of a little business. Nowatzki Truck and Trailer on Whitmore Lake Road in Whitmore Lake, 734-995-9600. It's a Marathon Fuel Center, but it's also shopping and all your fuel needs under one roof. It's open 24 hours a day. 7 days a week, so all year long during your holidays or late at night, you need the milk and you don't have any milk for morning, you can go to Nowatzki Truck and Trailer. right at exit 49 on US 23. It's North Territorial Road there. So hit them up, 734-995-9600. That's Nowatzki Truck and Trailer. All your shopping and fuel needs under one roof. All right, let's take a call from Ed. Did I hit the right line? Ed, how are you doing, man?
Hey, pretty good. I heard you playing my theme song. I'm your neighbor.
I know. I thought of you. Ed. I was going to reference you in that as well.
No, I thought that was a cute skit. I really liked that. That was pretty
cool.
good. I thought it was interesting to hear Trump say, "Yeah, they're all corrupt except the ones that voted for me." You know,
he didn't have a problem with the states he won. That was funny.
I thought that was cute. I like the one I just read on Facebook that says, "Trump. He claims the RNC is against him. Yes, they're against all liberals."
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. So you're a Cruz supporter, and have you looked at any of the Cruz delegates that were chosen?
No, actually, and that's one of the other reasons I called you is I'm finding your discussion this week and last week very, very illuminating. It's probably one of the best dissections of what's going on. I even heard some of Theron referencing you on his show. I don't get to hear him every day, nor do I necessarily want to every day if this is going to be a constant pro-Trump rant. But I can take for an hour a week. Look,
I will still pull the lever for Cruz, begrudgingly. He's got time.
Like I said,
he's got time to win
Trump.
me back.
I'm a not Trump now. That's all.
Yeah. Okay. So
but I'm really enjoying I'm really enjoying what I'm hearing. It's very illuminating. I will not pretend to be knowledgeable enough to make any comment whatsoever about the delegates in this state. I'm really enjoying listening. But I do think, as a general principle, I think Trump complaining about the rules and the maneuvering, hey, that's politics, but it's hard, it's contact sport.
Yeah. Well, his complaining is probably not that he really feels that badly about it, but he knows if he complains, he gets other people riled up, and that brings support to him. So, he's doing what he does. This is part of his game plan. He's going to get people angry and riled up so they support him, because if people feel jilted, they're going to say, well, I want that outsider billionaire guy instead of another politician again. So he's just doing what he does. That's Trump, man. If you haven't read the book, you don't know him. I read the book. I know what he's doing.
Hey, Ed, I heard your call into Linda's show, and you talked about the media attention that Trump gets versus Cruz. And I one would have to be a fool not to agree with that. And here's an example of that. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying it's fact, But here's an example of that, the unintended consequences, I think, if you will, regarding Trump's the attention he gets in the media. I'm listening to NPR, the show Here and Now.
What?
And hey, I admit it. I listen to all different types of media, and there's some of the shows on NPR that I really like a lot. Anyway, I'm listening to a segment of Here and Now, and they're talking about Trump's been on all these networks like MSNBC, Fox, of course, you name it, and he will not come on NPR. They do a whole segment talking about Trump not coming on NPR. So Trump's getting all this attention, even though he's not on the NPR 4. So I thought the irony of that was really something.
Right.
And then my other thought too on Trump and Cruz and the whole war they've got, the personal war they've made it with the wives and everything else, is that what they need to do, assuming that neither becomes the nominee, which is very far fetched, but if they don't become the nominee, one of them or each of them, or rather, doesn't become the nominee, they could make so much money by going on Celebrity Wife Swap. Can you picture it? The ratings would be through the roof.
That is so creative. I think I'm going to steal that. That is so creative. I like that. That is so cool.
Is that show still on?
I don't know. I've seen it once or twice, and it stinks. But I would watch it if they were on it. Before it became Celebrity Wife Swap and it was just regular Wife Swap. it was actually pretty good because you saw these contradicting values, and then how much these people really loved each other when they got back together after 2 weeks of spending time with the other family.
Right.
You know, I was impressed. It was very touching. But when it became Celebrity Wife Swap, then it was garbage.
Yeah, I never saw the celebrity ones. I remember watching, the Christian hanging out with the hippies and stuff. And
Yeah, I love stuff like that because it's such a contradiction of cultures and beliefs, and then how much they love each other. These husband and wives, at least they seem to profess that when they get back together after a couple weeks of being apart. And,
once you got your paycheck, of course.
And then each family kind of learned from the other. I thought it was kind of cool as far as reality TV goes.